it's me, Mayo Hosco, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel. Hello everybody, it's Mayo Hosco, and I'm trying to help one of my friends from the Brick Therapy Discord server out with some tips and tricks about streaming. So yeah, I'm not sure if this will stay public after the stream, or if I'll unlist it and just restrict it to the live stream playlist. I have no expectations for all of my regular viewers, but I'm here to help out a friend right now, and we might be able to figure out some things together. Hello, Owen.
Hello everybody. Hope everybody is doing good.
Yeah, we're doing fine. I'm a crazy grad student who stays up the whole night and just lets my body tell me when to go to sleep. Anyway, hello Alexandria. Hello Hoarder66. So what you might have seen just there, Owen, is on the right hand side of a StreamYard, in the top right corner, there's a big red button that says end stream, and so that's what I'll click when we want to end the stream. And then underneath there is a tab that has a blue chat bubble, and the word underneath is comments, and so that's on by default. And then so that lets me see everyone who's commenting. So like Britain Bricks just showed up because we're all here. Yeah, exactly. I'll read this quote for quote. Britain Bricks says, "We are all here for you, Owen, brother."
Which is highly appreciated. Thank you.
And so the thing I can do is, as the host, I can toggle which chat messages are displayed on the stream, because if you hover over someone's comment, there's a plus icon and the wording next to it is show, which means I can show comments on the stream. And also underneath that comment function, there's another function called the banners, and I've reprogrammed a whole lot of custom ones, and that acts as, and there's an option to have it as a ticker tape at the bottom, which we've got right now, or you can do static stuff. And so I'm going to actually toggle this off and toggle this off, and I'm going to create a new banner, helping out Owen, and I'm going to add that as a banner, but I'm not going to scroll across bottom. I'm just going to add that as a straight up banner, and that's going to go at the bottom of the screen. And that's things I can do. Also, underneath the banners of functions, there's a function called media assets, which is how I played the countdown and the intro. But there's other things I can, but I have preloaded a whole bunch of videos that I do on my streams to act as cutaways like this. The Octan Man reminds you to subscribe to Mayo Hosco.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. It's better than YouTube features.
Yeah, so I can do stuff like that, and also I can do stupid shit like this.
Yeah,
because a lot of people have that. If they know the culture of their viewers, they know how to get comedy into their streams, and you can do silent ones at the same time that lets you just keep on talking while it's playing.
Yeah.
And then and so underneath the presentation screen, there's a whole bunch of camera options. So I can put us in vertical view. I can have us side by side. I can have one of us larger than the other, and I can switch between who is largest by grabbing our camera frames and switching it up. And there's
Is
some
there a
other
way
weird-
to
and there's some other weird ones.
maximum the size of each person for when they're speaking?
That's something they don't have on StreamYard. They used to do that when people used Google Hangouts, is whoever was talking, kind of like how Zoom meetings does it. Whoever's talking becomes the biggest screen. Horder says, just have to say the last 3 episodes of Andor were great and really show everything they needed to. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been excited about Andor right now. And so that's something else, is that once you get used to things, you'll know how to come up with witty dialogue on the spot, and especially if you know a lot of crap, you can just keep on you can just keep on talking until the cows come home or until you run out of breath. Because confidence is key, and I know a lot of crap, so I could talk for hours until I get tired or there's no more viewers.
Yeah.
And one of the key things about streaming is the longer you go without talking, that gives viewers more of an opportunity to click off the stream.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. Yeah. It's because there's obviously no socialization, so they're not interested.
Yeah, because the attention span of the average YouTuber is enough to kill the whole world with an atomic bomb.
Yeah, within seconds, practically.
Yeah, because and talking about knowing a bunch of stupid shit. The whole with the limited attention span of the average YouTube viewer could cause an atomic bomb and blow up the world. But just like cockroaches, a Dallas Cowboy fan will survive the atomic bomb.
Yeah, definitely.
And you probably don't even know what I mean by anything I just said.
No, I really don't. I'm not going to pretend. I really don't.
Aren't you?
Repeat what you said, sorry?
You're from the UK, right? Because of your time you were specifying?
Yeah, UK time, yeah.
Yeah. So because you're from the UK, anytime I fanboy about anything about Manchester United would probably be more relevant to someone like you than when I talk about the Dallas Cowboys with my American friends.
Yeah.
Hello, James Edit and Minifigure Collector. I'm just helping out my friend Owen with some tips and tricks about streaming. So just any questions you have, I'm all ears.
I mean, if you want me to, I could do a quick room tour.
If you want to, we can do that. If you want to, and something that I always suggest horizontal streamers do is always make sure that your camera is rotated to being horizontal view, because YouTube likes it when people if they go for the horizontal format that
How do you change it?
That they orient their cameras horizontally. That's totally different for YouTube Shorts and vertical streaming creators.
Yeah.
Hello, Randucci. No problem, Minifigure Collector. I saw you live when I was when I was surfing on social media, and I always like to swing by random people in my subscription box who I see are streaming. So for those who don't know, Minifigure Collector is one of my friends from the Hauling and Bowling podcast, and you should if anyone out there likes listening to Lego podcasts, you should definitely subscribe to the Hauling and Bowling channel. And I've had a lot of good conversations with the Minifig Collector in the comments of those podcast streams. Because what they do is they film their podcasts in a form of a live stream, but they format it to where it's easy to play it back after the stream's done, which is I listen to some of their stuff when I'm trying to get assignments done. Yeah. Yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, sorry, I was taking a drink.
Yeah. See, a lot of people have their own hashtags for hydration, and people on Twitch sometimes have commands for hydration.
Yeah, like a hydration break, countdown kind of thing.
Exactly, because like anytime I tell my viewers I'm hydrating, sometimes they comment always be hydrated. So sometimes they comment hashtag always be hydrated or hashtag stay hydrated.
Yeah. Makes
and
sense.
And something I'm going to get my viewers to do in the future when I publicly have to go and refill my bottle is to spam water emojis.
Yeah.
Kind of like how with a segment I'm thinking about doing for the Transocean stream called the Lego Classroom. The chat and panel are the students. I'm the professor. So if you have a question for the professor, ask the question if you're commenting it, but preface it with with any of the hands emojis, like the hands emojis that Renducci used. And yeah, I like to help out my friends, so I thought because we were all on Discord at the same time, it might be an opportune time to help out my friend Owen.
Obviously, because I'm quite recently new. I mean, I've only had my channel maybe a month, which is a large step to start streaming, especially after a month. Do you know what I mean?
It is. Yeah. So Minifig Collector says, my recent live, I was talking about what Simpsons minifigures I think Lego should make. I want to see more of the kids and the teachers from Springfield Elementary School. I want to see more people from what I want to see more of the public servants like Mayor Quimby, Lou and Eddie, who are at the police station. I'd like to see that that female doctor that we see in some of the hospital scenes. I want to see the therapist that was from the episode where Bart where Bart went into therapy, and Marge made a joke that one day Bart can pay a prostitute. Hello,
Personally, I would really like to see the Nelson minifigure with the bullies.
Yes. I think they've already made a Nelson, but they haven't made a Jimbo or a Kearney. Also, hello, Jay's Edit. No, sorry, not Jay's Edit. Hello, Pastor Jensen. Yeah, we're streaming at a convenient time for you right now because I'm helping out someone from the UK right now. Hello, Silent Mode. So, hello to all of my Lego Transocean stream co-hosts. Interesting. You say that Pastor Jensen. Is it after 8 p.m. for you? Because personally, I have a whole bunch of silly times of the day. I like to consider 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. the graveyard shift, and then 4 a.m. to 9 a.m. peak hour in the morning. So yeah, and then 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. late late morning. I like to consider 12 p.m. To 3 p.m. early afternoon. I like to consider 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. as the mid afternoon. I like to consider 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. evening, but a crossover in there. This is more so of a sports term. I like to consider 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. twilight, because that's when some sports matches start under daylight and finish at night light. And then I like to consider night from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. and then just recycle over and over again. That's my personal definitions of that. Kind of like how I like to acknowledge that a couple is 2, a few is 3 to 6, and then several is 7 to 11, and then 12 is a dozen, etc. That's personally how I do it. How I like to classify things with my own stupid fucked up brain. I'm not sure how everyone else does it, but that's personally how I do it. And these are the types of philosophical conversations that weirdly people listen to me about. Because I can just ramble on talking utter BS forever.
Another thing I have to work out is the time of streaming I'll be doing.
Yeah, so it's definitely night for pasta.
Yeah. Probably afternoon for US time. Like I think right now it's probably about, is it 4 p.m.?
So, it'd be 5. Okay, well, Eastern, and I know this by heart. Eastern right now, it is 5:18 p.m. Eastern, about to be 5:19, and I know because I always schedule videos to upload at 6:30 a.m. for me, which is 5 p.m. Eastern, because the YouTube stats say you always want to upload 3 hours before a peak hour time, because that's how long it takes the YouTube algorithm to put your video into the widest spread of the algorithm. And peak viewership is always at around 8 p.m. every day, because that's when people are home from work, that's when people are home from school, that's when people have eaten their dinner, and they used to watch TV before they go to bed. Now they watch YouTube or streaming before they go to bed.
Yeah.
So what's other people saying? Yes. Well, I'm not sure about fellow European as far as Brexit goes, but we don't need to talk about Brexit.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not a big fan of politics.
Yeah, even though I'm not afraid to talk about politics, I just don't like to talk about it often. Zissou, who my nickname for Zissou is Zelda, by the way. So and that's an inside reference that Zissou can explain if he wants to. So Zelda says, helping out, Owen has too much Lego and you're relieving them of that stress. But what did I know that Zelda said something witting when they came in here. Oh yes, Zelda was saying hello to your ceiling.
Oh yeah, sorry. I have anxiety issues, so I struggle having my face on camera. So
yeah. Honestly, being a YouTuber helped me overcome a lot of my confidence and anxiety issues. Zelda says, would have liked a Mo and Bleeding Gums Murphy. I think Lego's probably going to want to stay away from Mo because of alcoholism, which is why I don't think we'll ever get a Moe's Tavern.
You might in the 18 plus set, but probably
or the gay or a set based on based on the gay bar that Waylon Smithers opened across the other side. I don't think we'd get that either because of alcohol. I like to consider myself a grandmaster of time because I know what time it is almost every relevant time zone around the world because YouTube is an international audience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great to have that talent. It really is.
You can have some pretty interesting insights, Mayo. Don't put yourself down. Oh no, I do that on purpose because that's my sense of humor. I do that on purpose. Actually, a lot of people do that on purpose. It's to make themselves look like they are underselling themselves when they actually know their true worth. That's actually a humor tactic that even some stand-up comedians do. Like when they call their hometown a piece of shit, they still love their hometown. They just say that it's a piece of shit when they're on tour in another city thousands of miles away.
They're comparing it with their hometown.
It's actually a comedy tactic, and I'd be happy to enlighten anyone about those tactics. Zelda says, what sort of stream will you do? Lego workout streams, health benefits of Lego, pets with Lego channel. There's a lot of suggestions. Pastor says, I never cared about the time when I upload. I just wing it. UK left, EU. Oh, yeah, the European Union. Yeah. I got you there because geographically, the UK is still a part of Europe, but not politically. You know, I should have known that because I'm a geography major.
I mean, the UK is surrounded in Europe, so I would assume it is.
Zelda says, "Oh, well, no need to say sorry. I've never done a face reveal on camera either."
Yeah, it's one of them things that takes time to build confidence for.
Yeah, I noticed that Alexandria it gets a lot of phone calls when we're doing our streams. Two Forces, 65% of YouTubers don't show their face. Yeah, we hope that Two Forces is feeling better. Minifig Collector says the graveyard shift when it started, they miss Dick no see death when they bury someone. They would tie a bell to the finger. Then it was someone's job sit in tea by the regret Doug's grave at 2 night to listing. And something when another part of my humor is I like to mispronunciate the words that people misspell on purpose.
Yeah, because it's funny.
People have actually made memes. Sorry, I've actually made memes about when people mispronounced more. So when they misspelled my name, and I also like to play this joke with people, particularly my American and Canadian friends, if they live in the Eastern time, but by default, force of habit, they say Eastern Standard Time, even though it's autumn and it's about to be summer. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know you were still living in winter. and see and people don't realize it, but when I'm doing that, they are blissfully unaware that I'm actually calling out the fact that they don't know that they're in daylight savings. I do it very subtly. I do a lot of things very subtly, and people don't know, but I know that I'm doing it.
It's a great way to start a conversation, to be honest with you. Like, even now we're talking about it. It's a great way to start a conversation. It's all them small things that always amount to something bigger.
It is, because I'm just waiting for the day when someone questions, when I question if they're still in winter, when they say standard time even though it's actually daylight time. I'm waiting for the day when someone questions, and then I can tell them that they're wrong without making them feel bad.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I had no filter at all, and I think YouTube teaches a lot of people to have a filter. If I had no filter whatsoever, I could be totally savage and say, "Get the fuck off YouTube! You don't know what the fuck you're talking about." But I won't. Zelda questions: Are you related to Joel's? I'm not sure if Owen even knows who Joel's Bricks is.
Joel's Bricks? No. Not too sure.
So this is something else we can do. Is I can open up YouTube as a separate browser, and I can type in the search bar on YouTube for Joel's Bricks.
This is one reason why I should buy a PC or a computer, like a proper one.
Yeah, and it doesn't want to show up in the search bar, so I'm going to have to go to my subscriptions list and scroll down to the Joel's Bricks channel, and the little blue dot to the right of his name indicates that he's uploaded videos that I haven't watched yet. So what I can do is I can open up his channel homepage on my YouTube browser. Then I can come back to my StreamYard browser, and underneath seeing the status of people on the panel, underneath there's a white bar that has options for mute, starting or stopping the camera, settings, present, invite, or leave studio. If I click on present, it brings up a drop down list. At the bottom it says share screen. Then it brings up another box that says choose what to share with StreamYard.com. The site will be able to see the contents of your screen. It defaults for your browser's tab, but you could also switch between window and the entire screen. So I'll go to Chrome tab because that's the browser I'm using right now. I'll tap on the tab that has the Joel Bricks channel. And at the bottom right of that box, I can click share, and this is the Joel's Bricks channel on screen right now.
I might have come across it at some point, but I don't recognize it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a shout out to Joel's Bricks. I wish Macro was here. He's probably out on the work site doing some carpentry right now. And I know that because he posts pictures about that sometimes on his Instagram. So remarkably, we've got a dozen people watching this right now. So if you haven't done so already, don't forget to leave a like. You know what? And because this unexpected stream is doing actually quite well, I think we are going to leave this public, because maybe this will be able to be used as a tool for some enlightenment of whoever decides to click on this. Who knows?
Even myself, obviously,
Yeah, you might
Learning from it.
you might
Learning
want
from
to
it.
come back and watch this on the replay just to remember what the fuck I talked about.
Yeah, true. As well as that.
Yeah, and so any of y'all out there in brick therapy right now, we have the invite to the stream in the general text channel if you want to join Owen and myself right now. But for those who are on Discord and have not joined the brick therapy server, I'm gonna go to the bottom right of the screen on StreamYard into the chat function, and I'm gonna chat a comment for go join brick therapy, and I'm gonna highlight my comment on stream, and then at the top right of my comment, I'm gonna tap the three. Actually, no. What I have to do is I have to go to a YouTube browser, and I'm gonna tap click the top right of that to click on my channel icon, which brings up a drop down to there's a whole bunch of options, but I'm gonna click on the blue text that says view your channel, and that opens up my homepage. And whenever I'm live, the default thing you see at the top, the default content you see on my homepage is the stream I'm on. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in the chat there, and I'm going to go to when I commented that, which is at the bottom of the chat right now. Go to the right of that, tap the three dots. That brings up a drop down message. I can have the options of go to channel, remove, or pin message. I'm going to click on pin message. So now we won't lose the link for people to go join the Brick Therapy Discord server. And I did that because Randucci suggested that, and I do so. As Elder says, it's May 15th there, right? Yes, it is. It is May 15th. Is the Red Space Baby GDP available there? Oh, I didn't think about that. Let me search the Lego store, because I have Lego.com.
I've got it open right now on my Chromebook. I can have a look at it.
On my Mac. Let me explore. Yes, it is available. So I'm probably going to buying some Lego to get it. Thanks for reminding me, because I want that thing. So at least in Australia, I can get it with purchases of 245 Australian dollars, excluding pre-orders, while stocks lasts, ends the 23rd of May. So I'm going to buy something from my wanted list to get that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Oh, actually, we got 2-4. Hello, 2-4.
This is an alien invasion, guys. What's up? I just wanted to say congratulations on your first co-op stream, and good on you, Mayo. Thanks, bro. Way to step up for Brick Therapy. And yeah, you guys enjoy your stream, and I'll be getting back to going to rest. I just had to come out to get some medicine, so I thought I'd pop on for a second and say congratulations, guys. Have a great stream.
Yeah.
You go heal up. That was nice. Yeah. So so it's 245 Australian dollars. Not sure how many American dollars it'll be. I think it's either 160 or 180 American.
What set is that? Sorry, what set was it?
Yeah, I'll share my screen for it. It's this. Apparently, it has 250 pieces. It's set 40767, the upscaled baby astronaut.
In the UK, they're selling it for £41.
That's probably that's probably third party sellers who don't even have the product in their hands yet, which selling it like that is actually a violation of the eBay terms of service.
Yeah, obviously, because you haven't got it in their hands. So
Yeah. So if eBay had the resources to police all of those people, they would actually terminate those sellers for breaking the terms of service.
and
But
obviously,
they don't have the resources to police those people because there's too many scalpers on eBay. See, the Lego idea is a twist of nostalgia contest. At least 2 parodies and tributes in there. I had no... actually, yeah, I think I did see that because Just Too Good made a video about that. I haven't seen any of the entries, and I don't really need to see unless other people start making their own video content about the winners or whatever.
how do you rate the microscale rocket launch pad? What do you think about the microscale rocket launch pad?
I have 2 of those. One that I built months ago, and when... Oh no, you're talking about the Lego Insiders loyalty point redemption. Yeah, I was hyping that up since March of 2024, and so I was eagerly waiting for its release, and it did get changed, but that didn't matter. The changes to me, I was still going to buy it no matter what. So when I got my second copy of the Blacktron Renegade set, I bought that as a purchase to redeem my Insiders loyalty points to get that, and I've got that waiting. It's the second to top of my sets to be built at pile right now. See,
Yeah.
people used to call that a pile of shame. Now people call it the backlog. That's kind of like how people used to call it the dump. Now they call it landfill.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so just that a beautiful example of the George Carlin comedy routine about soft language.
Don't think I understand that one.
Yeah, well, you have to know who George Carlin is to know that he's the greatest stand-up comedian ever. And if you're a Thomas the Tank Engine fan, then you're probably more aware of George Carlin from your childhood.
George Carlin is in The American Comedian.
Yeah, he's an American comedian that garnered international fame because he spoke truth to power.
He's quite ancient.
Before and unlike other people these days who attempt to speak truth to power and they're not funny at all, he was speaking truth to power and made the truth funny. So Zelda says apparently in the US and Canada, Bricklink Series 1 and 2 sets might be available again May 20th. They made too many and will sell the surplus of them. We need more stuff like that. I don't know why Bricklink caps their sets at 30,000. I think they should make as many as they can get orders. I really do. I think they should make up to 1 million copies of each of the Bricklink designer sets, and I think they would still sell out. And it wouldn't put the ridiculous restriction for people to be online at a certain time in a 13-second window to go buy their Bricklink designer sets, like their concerts to like their tickets to a Taylor Swift concert. Oh wait. Yeah, it's called Buy Now, Pay Later, and it's why people are actually in debt with Lego, and it's why I know the American people have over $1 trillion worth of credit card debt, which is why I use a debit card, because I'm paying with my own money not the bank's money. And you don't have to pay interest on a debit card. And if you build up enough capital, you will never have to borrow money from anyone ever. Particularly if you're getting checks every fortnight that morally you don't think you're entitled to, but the law says that you are. Well, of course, you're always going to get scalpers with anything that's a limited edition, and the Bricklink Designer program sets are no stranger to being scalped. Hello, Hobby Hooligan.
So difficult to get your hands on the limited stuff.
I just don't think I'll be able to get it in time. Moving sucks. To get what? Bricklink Designer or this set on the screen right now?
When does it release?
I'm gonna stop sharing that.
Mail. When does the set release?
Well, it releases on the 15th at 12 a.m. wherever you are in the world, and because it's 7:11 a.m. in my state, it's been available for a little over 7 hours now. Britain says, I think that's an absolute con and not fair. The first wave of consumers thinking they're limited edition. Well, I'm not a Bricklink Designer program customer for reasons that I've made public in the past. And if you have been subscribed to me for many years, then you know those reasons why. And if you are subscribed for many years, but you've never heard me talking about it, you might want to go back and watch previous streams and videos where I bash the efficacy of the Bricklink Designer program. So personally, any drama that happens with that doesn't affect me, but I'm a sucker for anyone that wants to talk about Lego drama.
Well, Lego drama, there's plenty.
It's bad mouthing the Lego group.
There's plenty of Lego drama. Plenty.
Yeah, like the Star Wars fans will not shut up that they put the Imperial logo instead of the Galactic logo on the box of the gunship, and that they said that was from the original trilogy, not the prequel trilogy. They will. It's been 3 years since that came out, and they still don't shut up about it.
It's mental. I don't think they're probably ever going to stop if they don't get what they want. Do you know what I mean?
And like, I have nothing to do with Star Wars. I'm not a Star Wars fan. I'm not a Star Wars collector. I have no interest in watching any of the media tied to Star Wars. But I have a lot of Star Wars bros, so they do them. They enjoy it. I enjoy seeing what they talk and build about it. I like Lego Star Wars more than actual Star Wars. I even like Family Guy Star Wars more than actual Star Wars. But I do quite enjoy seeing Lego Star Wars fans argue about both Star Wars and Lego Star Wars with each other. That's entertaining for me.
Yeah.
Kind of like how some people, when they watch the news, they want to see tragedy, because seeing tragedy on the news is like entertainment for them. It's the same people who only care about the NASCAR races when there's crashes.
Yeah, the more interested in the tragedy.
The crashes, because it's entertaining for them. They don't care about the race, they just care about bad drivers crashing.
Yeah, totally agreed, bro.
Yeah, so if you ever want to, if you ever decide to get yourself a StreamYard account, which I would strongly suggest because it's much easier to manage with a little bit of learning and a lot of help from people like me, for example, willing to give up my time to help other content creators. express themselves and share themselves with the world on stream. I'm happy to give up my time because I get satisfaction helping people in those situations. If you ever want to, if you ever get yourself a StreamYard account and wanna learn it, I'm happy to physically guide you through all of the steps I've talked about today.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what devices to use. What's probably going to be better for me to use.
Yeah, well, I know that people have had success using StreamYard on their phone and using StreamYard on their tablet. I used to do a whole bunch of streams from StreamYard on my phone, more so as guests on other people's channels, but it's so much easier on a computer.
It really would be as well, because then you're able to change tabs within 2 seconds.
Exactly, which you can't do on a phone, because on a phone, if you change tabs, you get out of the StreamYard studio.
Yeah, and it turns your stream off.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't turn the stream off, you just leave the studio.
Yeah.
And if you leave the studio, the stream will actually keep on going.
I was looking at getting either a computer or an iPad next week. I'm just trying to figure out what would be more beneficial.
I'd spend the extra money and get a low end laptop, because I've used iPads in the past, and by comparison to my low end laptops, I end up finding tablets just to be so much useless by comparison. That's just me. Some people
There's a
do
lot more.
everything out of their phone, and they get by doing it. I don't think Johnny G has an interest in doing his own streams, so I probably can't help him with that. Britain Bricks knows what I'm talking about. Blue Harvest, A New Hope, something Dark Side, Empire Strikes Back, and It's a Trap, Return of the Jedi.
Funny enough, I recently just watched Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, you know what? I actually have a list for the Star Wars, for the Family Guy versions of the Star Wars characters. So, unless Owen wants to ask me anything, I'm going to go and find that list. Where is it?
Oh, yes. Another thing I wanted to mention was the stream I recently did a couple of hours ago. I had a little accident before then with my drawers I keep all my Lego in. They toppled over, so I had to pick it up.
Oh yeah, I just got my list of Family Guy Star Wars characters. So I titled this note on the 7th of July, 2024 at 11:55 p.m. Star Wars Family Guy. So we got Chris Skywalker, Princess Lois, Peter Solo, Chew Brian, Quag 3PO, Cleave 2D2, Darth Stewie, Emperor Carter, Carl Yoda, Herbert Kenobi, Lando Goldman, Meg Sarlacc, Mon Angela, Thailand Pilots, Joe the Hutt, Grand Moff Adam West, Bruce Greedo, Hans Akbar, and a Boba Chicken. Anyone who's ever watched the Family Guy Star Wars crossovers knows exactly what I'm talking about there. Pastor says, I film using my phone, but everything else I use my PC. Back when I was streaming, I used my PC.
PCs are like twice as better.
Yeah, and
The quality of streams.
And you know what? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to my stream browser. Also, hello, Seth Bland. Also, not sure if you still have access to your City Buron account. But I've been going back and re-watching some of it because I saw you commenting somewhere else with your City Buron account. I'm actually going to start a poll, and I'm actually going to remember to close it this time. The poll question will be: do you stream?
What would my answer be? Yes or no?
And I'm actively going to look at the results as people come in. So, Seth, do you still have access to your City Buron account? Let me know if you still have access to it. Also, we're at 9 likes right now. Let's get this stream to 12 likes if we can. Four votes, 75% yes. Okay, yeah, so you do still have access to your City Buron account. Maybe you might want to make another Lego Batman video and upload that to City Buron.
What's your surname of your channel? Hosco.
Yes, Hosco.
Okay,
some people say Hosco, and some people say Mayo, not Mayo, and so I have to explain it's Mayo as in mayonnaise.
Yeah, I'm gonna like the stream on my other account.
6 votes no, and we're at 50-50. Yo, Cliff. I always like to do that because whenever Cliff enters people's chat, he says yo, kind of like how when I enter someone's new chat, I say hey, and when they get used to me, I say relevancy is currency. Or if I'm saying hello to one of my co-hosts, I'll say hey, co-host. So actually, Cliff coming in here reminds me that we needed to do this for Zissou. And also, we need to do this for Cliff.
Mayo is frozen on the stream. That is so hilarious. Look at him. Everybody's talking. He's frozen. Super focused, Mayo. Super focused. Look at him. Yep. If you move, you'll give us Lego.
So for anyone who doesn't know what the hell I'm doing right now, I'm helping my friend from Brick Therapy, who's trying to get us started out at streaming. They attempted streams earlier today, and so all of us at Brick Therapy wanted to support them, and so we were all active on Discord at the same time, and I decided since Owen was also active, to open the. I reached out and said, "Hey, I might go live." 54 minutes ago, when I started this, I told them that 1.5 hours ago, and there was some interest, and that turned into Owen inquiring about getting some help, and so we turned this into a help stream, because I always like to pass on I always like to pass on information to help other people learn how to start streaming. 7 votes, 57% yeah. Yeah, and so while I'm helping out, I'm responding to almost everything that the chat is saying right now, because the chat is saying some fun stuff in support of me helping Owen and some other stuff, of which Zelda reminded me about the upscaled space baby. I'll have to make an order. I'll have to make an order to get that. There's some sets on my wanted list that would definitely meet the threshold for buying that. Yes, we got to 11 likes. Let's get one more to get to a dozen, and I'll feel more than happy about this because came into this stream with no expectations at all. The only reason I decided to do this is because I'm not uploading a video. Well, I didn't upload a video today because I've been super busy at grad school.
I also subbed to you on my other channel.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, thank you.
So now you have 978 subscribers.
Yeah. Thank you, Owen, the Doodle Master. Good morning, Johnny. And before you ask, we'll do this again anyway. But we did do this. And I know my viewers so well. I now do things for them before they even ask me to.
Because you already know.
And also, Johnny, people were talking about you earlier in chat. Back to a 50-50 split in the poll. Yes, absolutely. Let's encourage Seth Bland to make some more music. I wanna hear some more acoustic guitar songs. Yeah, so if you guys are on Discord, then you should definitely click the link in the pinned comment to come join Brick Therapy. That's where I've been spending a lot of time right now while I've been busy at grad school, because we've been figuring out a lot of plans together. Now it's 56%. Yes, it is. And in Brick Therapy, we use Discord every single day. Some people are on. Well, some of us in Brick Therapy are on Discord more than a dozen times a day. That's where the Brick Therapy community primarily is, on Discord. And Andrew Tate likes to sell his courses on Discord, and a whole bunch of crypto bros like to sell their cryptocurrency on Discord, and a lot of sexual predators like to share their deep fakes on Discord. A lot of hackers like to contact you on Discord. A lot of people use Discord for a lot of different things.
Don't forget about the scammers too. That's a massive one on Discord.
That's because the Discord is for communication. It's not meant for content.
Yeah.
Because a Discord server is a little bit like combining Reddit and it's like combining Reddit, 4chan, and Skype. If anyone has ever used Reddit, 4chan, or Skype, you know what I'm talking about. And so if Reddit or 4chan or Skype isn't your thing, and you have a text chain or a group chat on one of the meta platforms, then you probably won't get much use out of you probably won't get much use out of Discord, to be honest. But if you want to be a part of Brick Therapy, then the Discord is where it's at. Which is why I've been spending a lot of time on Discord lately. When I play Minecraft with my friends, we get into group calls on our server over there.
Mayo, would you like to say hello to my mascot?
Where's the mascot?
Oh, he's currently standing on my phone. Let me just pick him up. His name is Rambo, hamster.
It is. We showed that. We shared that on the screen earlier, Johnny. I can full screen you, and we can see your pet.
Yes, that's my hamster, if you could see. He's my mascot that helps me with my anxiety. I know, yeah, he is.
Let's exit that from solo view. I'm gonna go and see something because Hobby Hooligan just said they made a train video. I'm gonna dive into that. Oh yeah, waiting at a train crossing. And because Hobby Hooligan went a while without posting anything, of course YouTube unsubscribed me from Hobby Hooligan, because that's what happens when creators don't go months without posting anything.
I wonder what my next Lego project's going to be.
My next Lego project is probably going to be more minifigure habitats. So if you have any suggestions of which minifigure habitats you want me to build, you can go comment on my latest video. Johnny suggested Vintage Town. I have been thinking about something for Vintage Town, so I'm glad that someone wants to see something about Vintage Town. I got a suggestion for some of the Halloween figs / monster fighters. Also stuff with the Aztecs and the Roman CMFs. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those. But if anyone has any suggestions for habitats, for minifigure habitats they want to see me build next, just go comment your ideas in the comments of my latest video. And if it hasn't already reached, and on the assumption that it's already reached 300 views, thanks for 300 views. Oh yes, Hobby is a PPP smoker, so let's do the thing. PPP.
The weed.
Let's get
That's
the
very
better.
funny.
I saw someone with what was it? When I was walking somewhere the other day, I saw someone with a support dog.
Yeah, he is a emotional support animal. Yeah.
I think my family's cat is my father's emotional support animal. I think the only reason we have a pet cat is because he wanted to wean himself off of antidepressants.
Yeah, yeah. It's a perfect way of buying an animal.
I know a lot of people who realize that a support animal is cheaper than popping pills of antidepressants.
They are, because you also have to pay for them practically
Yeah,
monthly.
as someone who cured themselves from depression when I discovered that I had the clutch gene in senior year of high school. I don't need a support animal or antidepressants. So I thank the universe for blessing me with my skills.
Yeah, yeah. We're all born with talent.
Because you can thank because with my philosophy, either you can thank the universe or you can pray to God for all the good things in your life. I'm not sure who the sourpuss is, but that makes me want to eat some sour some sour candy right now. Oh yeah, that's
Sour Patch.
a good point.
Sour Patch.
Dog food can get expensive, especially if they're a big boy. Yeah, that almost does sound like a drink.
But because it's got the word puss in it, it's quite disgusting. It's the way it sounds.
We got a dozen viewers. Thank you very much, everybody. Still 56% says yes. So what we'll do is we'll stop streaming this whenever Owen has to go, or whenever we get down to one viewer.
I'll be here forever. The rest of eternity.
So by that, are you implying that you have no reason to wake up in the morning tomorrow?
Yeah, pretty much. Free day.
Yeah. I don't have a reason to wake up in the morning on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, which is why I let my body tell me when to go to sleep.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
What are some other shit we can do?
Oh, okay. Mayo with the facts. Thanks for that, Mayo.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Speaking of Australia, travel back in time with your Star Wars tapes to the premiere of the classic TV series on the Magic Box. Don't listen to the hatred by viewers who just sit in their mom's basement complaining instead of touching grass. I mean, Lego. we really appreciate your colorful comments, man. That's awesome. Thank you.
They still believe in mayonnaise and Mr. Mayonnaise. Is that what you trying to tell me? Hell no, I didn't hear that. No. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
It's amazing that Mayo knows more about some American stuff than we do. Like, Mayo is so freaking smart, man. I was just talking the other night about how, like, you could almost ask Mayo probably any question. He could probably get it figured out for you.
Is this what you want? You see this? Look at this. Look what you've done.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember high school. I remember some people who got high in high school.
Damn, I remember dozens of people that got high in high school.
here's a funny memory. I know. Oh, sorry, there was someone who the teacher would not let them enter the classroom because they were drinking flavored milk, and they ended up getting into the student ended up getting into a heated argument with the teacher. So the teacher sent them to the principal's office, and on the way to the principal's office, the student punched a hole or attempted to punch a hole through the glass window. It was safety glass, so a hole didn't get punched, but the glass did shatter. He ended up needing to go to the hospital to get stitches in his wrist for breaking his hand. He got that triggered just because he couldn't drink chocolate milk in class.
That's insane. I think I actually topped it off.
That was some wild shit for you.
Yeah, that's probably toppled the amount of shit I've heard in my life.
Also, I know somewhat. I know. A friend of my friend from high school who once got into who once almost started throwing punches with someone else because they were arguing over a pencil. They almost started throwing punches at each other over a pencil.
I mean, the most insane thing I've ever seen a kid do in school is try and got high off brake cleaner.
Oh yeah, we actually watched a film in English class where someone got addicted to sniffing petroleum.
Yeah.
Hobby says, I smoked my PPP at the church or the graveyard directly next to our school. Teacher preferred me medicated, but real talk, I was on a Ritalin prescription for ADHD, but I was calm either way.
I mean, I probably from knowing that kid that was getting high off brake cleaner, it wouldn't surprise me if he became a mechanic.
Yeah, I actually know some people from high school that become mechanics.
Tone.
And I'm the terrible person. Well, that came out wrong. There's a clip somebody can use.
Unburdened by what has been.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
The pretty lady is telling you to subscribe to Mayo Hosco.
Yeah, baby.
Was that Austin Powers?
Yes, at the end.
I want your mom.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
It was almost like they were designing it to market toys to children rather than actually make a good movie.
Are you sure this isn't just a dream?
But here's the thing, you're all agreeing with me.
That's some funny
thank you,
shit, right?
Mayo, for the super chat and for the support over many long years.
It is
Many,
really
many,
funny,
many.
ain't it?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk.
Fucking hell, that was hard to open.
It could just be very simple to corner the gas market, drive up prices, and cause a global recession. Sound familiar?
It's okay if you play with Lego Duplo or Take-Along. Yeah, you know that plastic crap that replaced this, the Ertl diecast?
Oh my god, I remember them so much.
Yeah, I have a bunch of Erdls on my windowsill right now.
Yeah,
And also,
my,
for those who might not know, when I was backstage with JDP after last weekend's episode of the Transocean stream, he let me know that he emailed me the MP4 file for Mock Talk. So the next time we do Transocean stream, which will not be this weekend because we've all got other plans, but when we do a Transocean stream and JDP is available, we will do Mock Talk on the Lego Transocean stream.
Mock Talk.
if you don't mind, would you be able to explain to me what Mock Talk is?
So mock talk is the way that JDP likes to showcase other people's mocks. And I submitted a description, a detailed description as per JDP's request that he likes to do every time so he can better explain talking about someone else's mock on Mock Talk. I also recycled that as the mock of the month on the Brick Therapy Discord server. That's my entry for mock of the month.
So it's not the case of it being a leaderboard, it's the thing about talking about it.
Yeah, he likes to get people to describe what their mock is so that he can share it for his viewers.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
And my all-time favorite story ever, Pop Special. The plot of which some Boy Scouts are thirsty, so Duncan brings them soda. That's it. That's the whole story.
You know that I've been building Black Falcons minifigures.
Wow, that was a lot of minifigures.
Yeah, I bought those years ago. Get ready for the most frustrating haul opening you'll ever see.
That original number 3, Mountaineer, was scrapped the same year Duke came to Sodor. But wait, they haven't even said Duke was a grumpy old guy or grandpa or any.
How the hell's it live if nothing's on? Well, that's funny. It is too. Supposed to be at work. That's funny. Peace. That's what happens when you peace out and forget it on. Yeah, I must have just peaced out, wandered off last night. Epic. Cheers.
Yeah, so the poll right now, 60% yes, you do stream.
That's quite a large amount.
Yeah, 10 people who answered. So more than half of my viewers, since I put the poll up, they do stream, and from there would be Clicking Cliff and Never Too Old for Lego. Who was? I guess they consider, if they are a regular, if they're a stream co-host, I guess they consider that streaming.
Yeah. Don't forget about JDP.
Well, JDP hasn't been here today to vote.
Oh.
Because JDP would be trucking right now.
Interesting. He's a trucker?
Yeah, he drives his tractor trailers up and down the American highways. But now he's driving for I forget. He was going to switch to driving garbage trucks, but that fell through, I think.
Yeah. I think it's probably more relaxing driving trucks.
Yeah, because I wouldn't know how I would feel about driving a tractor trailer on the open highway. I'm not sure how I'd feel, whether it would be a panoramic view or if I would be super lonely on the open road. I'm not sure how I'd feel.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, because obviously you sat there by yourself in your own thoughts, nobody to talk to, in the pitch black.
Someone who I just retweeted liked my retweet on Twitter X.
Right, here's a question for you.
And if I go to my burner account, I just got a new follower on my burner, and people are trying to sell me cryptocurrency. What's new on my burner account?
What's your thought on Teslas?
A great car being over politicized because the media likes to divide and conquer people with their political views. You can, because like when we were watching JDP stream, I said that some people boycotted Harry Potter because they don't like J.K. Rowling. A lot of people don't like Tesla because they don't like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can separate the art from the artist, so I don't give a shit really. Teslas are good for the environment. Harry Potter what people enjoy reading Harry Potter books, because it could have been J.K. Rowling. It could have been J.B. Bickerstaff, for all I care. For those who don't know, that's the coach of the Detroit Pistons in the NBA. Doesn't matter about what the fuck the author's name is. It matters what's the quality of the writing. That's what I care about. Just like how when people complain about people in LAN, doesn't matter what the fuck their name is. What matters is the quality of their videos.
Yeah, it's more about the what's the word, like, not description, but kind of content and stuff they make.
Yeah, it's like I see hundreds of people making straw man arguments on social media every single day, and I'm like, because I'm like there.
Yeah.
social media gives a voice to a lot of dumb people. Social media gives a
personally,
voice. Social media gives a voice to the voiceless.
I always rely on life in general, then rather look at social media.
These days, some people have always found social media as a useful tool. I've kind of evolved from seeing social media as a useful tool because I use it for what I need to use it for. Now I'm at a point where not only am I going to go onto social media to communicate with people I care about, other times I'm just going to go on there to see what people are arguing about and see people arguing about it, because I enjoy spending my time watching other people wasting their time arguing. I don't consider it a waste of time for me, because I enjoy seeing other people make the most outlandish argument possible. You get a lot of that on Facebook and Twitter X. A lot of people argue with each other. That's where a lot of the so-called experts are from. And I don't love or hate those people. I just enjoy seeing them argue with each other. And you know that it's a controversial thing when there's thousands of people in the comments or the replies.
Literally.
I could spend 10 minutes scrolling up and down one of those threads, and I bet I could genuinely laugh at least 3 times in 10 minutes. And they do say laughter is the best medicine.
I mean, yeah, I would agree with that. Facebook is filled with a lot of arguments.
Which is why a lot of people prefer to tune out all of that stuff on the algorithm and concentrate to Facebook groups. And there are a lot of really fun Lego groups on Facebook. One of my friends at Mikey J Productions, he likes Castle and Pirates. So he created a Castle and Pirates group on Facebook where people post about their Castle Lego and their Pirates Lego. And I posted some pictures of my Castle Mox on there. And since Mikey J knows me, he actually made me a mod over there. And if you can manage your algorithm, particularly if you stay in a peaceful, friendly Facebook group dedicated to your favorite hobby of people sharing pictures about their hobby, then you can avoid seeing all of the other bull crap on the algorithm.
Yeah, literally. I think, I am on Facebook. I'm in a group for where they sell as well as post their mocks.
Yeah. Because also I'm in a lot of vintage Lego and Lego train groups on Facebook.
Yeah. There's one of these, there's a guy on this group that is making arcade machines that are fully functional out of Lego.
I think I've seen some of that craft on Instagram before.
Yeah.
Often people, when they're a head runner of a Facebook group or something, they post those same pictures to their Instagram page at the same time.
Again, they want to promote it.
Yeah, because you can go for as much reach as possible.
I mean, personally, if I was going to make something that complex, I definitely would try and promote it because the time and effort put into the build.
Yeah, because
the idea
when I make a mock that I'm proud about, I want to share it with as many people I know as possible, and not everyone is everywhere.
Yeah.
That's my alarm to tell me that it's 8 a.m.
What, 8 a.m. your time?
Yes.
Oh. That's mental, because it's like 11 p.m. UK time.
Yep, time zones. They exist, and we're about to get down to one viewer. So, and we've been here for 1.5 hours. So, I'm going to say thank you for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We'll see you on my next stream whenever I see you. Bye, guys.
Toodle pip.